Another brick fan with a Harry Potter set. This is Ravenclaw House Banner. This is set 76411, was released in March 2023, has 305 pieces, 3 minifigures, and cost about $35 when it was released. This set represents one of 4 house banners from Hogwarts. This, of course, is in the blue and gray or silver, which indicates Ravenclaw. There are house banners for the other 3 houses, Slytherin, Gryffindor, and Hufflepuff, which I will also be reviewing. These are similar to the class books, like this one here from 2021. This is the Charms class book, which also came with 3 minifigures, and the inside has a bunch of accessories representing a classroom. This one here, as the inside of the house banner, represents the common room of the various houses. So this is Ravenclaw. So let's take a look. Let's get the minifigures out of the way here and take a look at the inside here of our set. So down here we have, on this side, we have, it looks like an armchair and a lamp. There's a lot of stickers on this one, mostly of bookshelves. Ravenclaw is known for kind of being the book smart folks. And this is Rowena Ravenclaw here in this big statue of her in the window, and you see her tiara there, also known as her diadem. Up above, there's a couple of windows there you can see. If I remember correctly, the Ravenclaw common room was, I think, somewhere in the highest part of the tower. Of course, over the fireplace, it has kind of this dark blue hood, and then the Ravenclaw banner with a couple of torches next to that. There is a fireplace down there as well. Then moving over, you see more bookshelves here, another chair and lamp. Then there we have the actual diadem or crown right here. And then there is a book here up on the shelf as well. Nice features in here. Of course, one of the big features of these sets is this hologram. So there is a card here that is a hologram. It sits behind the banner build. So you see this large window here. Here's the picture of the statue. And if you move, it looks like you can see the fireplace move. Some of the fire moves around. You get this lost and found that kind of shows up. So those curtains open up. Of course, the clouds move and the moon moves there. Yeah, up here in this corner, you can kind of see that moon moving around. And the statue of Ravenclaw here actually looks in different directions too, depending on where you have this hologram positioned. So nicely done with that, of course. And like I mentioned with some of the others, I like how they keep these gaps here in the build to allow you to see through and see the holographic images from behind, which turned out quite nicely, of course. Now these have a hanger right here on the top, and all of these pieces fit inside. So for example, these lampposts can go up here. The chairs have some studs on the bottom so they could be stacked here so that it can all be closed up. So let's take a look at this set closed. Here is the Ravenclaw banner all closed up. And as you can see, we have a very nice dark blue with a gray here for the Ravenclaw colors. These are 8x8 plates, so there's 4 of those to make up the main body here, and then 8x8 slanted pieces to finish off the bottom. There's this large rounded tile here that is printed with a raven on the blue background, which I think turned out quite nicely. Very well done. And then there's this sculpting done with all these curved pieces and the quarter rounds and just different tiles around that to give it this nice rounded appearance and this kind of a shield look. So I think it looks really nice this way, and you can certainly have it hung up and display it along with the rest of your Harry Potter collection. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the minifigures now. As I mentioned, this set comes with 3 minifigures. We have Cho Chang, Luna Lovegood, and Michael Corner, all from Ravenclaw. And like the other sets, we have one in the sweater, one in the house robes, and then one with the gray sweater. So very similar. These are in the Ravenclaw colors, which are blue and silver, as you see here. It also comes with this Cornish pixie, which I think is a very nice little mold. I believe these came out in a Defense Against the Dark Arts set from a couple of years back. Looking closer at the minifigures, we have Cho Chang here. As I said, the sweater and the tan pants. Luna is in the traditional black robes. Of course, it's got the blue trim on it. She's also wearing the blue and silver tie, and you can see the Ravenclaw crest right here on the outside of the robes. Then Michael Connor here has on the gray sweater, still the white shirt and Ravenclaw colored tie. No side printing on any of these characters. The backs of these characters have some good printing on it, and they, I believe, all have alternate expressions. So here's Cho Chang, Luna wearing her spectacles there. And here's a very happy Michael Corner. You see just a little bit of printing on the back of the sweater, but you do see the silver and blue striping down here for Ravenclaw. Luna's got the back of the hood there with the blue trim in it. And then, of course, that's the back of the sweater that Cho Chang is wearing. Overall, some very nice minifigures. I think this is the first time we've got Michael Corner. I'm not exactly sure. I know Cho Chang's been in a couple other sets, and of course Luna's been in several sets as well. Let's go back and I'll give you my final thoughts on this set. Overall, I think this set turned out really nicely. I definitely like the look of the inside of the Ravenclaw common room. I think they did a really good job with the stickers that came with this. Once again, showing a lot of books for Ravenclaw. In fact, this book right here is just your regular Lego book piece, a Hogwarts logo on it, and then inside is just a plain slate, so it's obviously a book that they can, maybe a journal or something like that. It was very nice to get these 3 minifigures with this set, some that we don't see a lot of. So the Cho Chang is a Ravenclaw, and then Luna Lovegood, and then Michael Connor, all here, along with that Cornish pixie, which I think we saw in the Defense Against the Dark Arts set from a year or 2 back. So nice to get another one of those little figures. The hologram is certainly nice with the different scenes there, the great big windows in the back and that fireplace. So very nice holographic effect with the cutouts there in the build. As far as value for this set goes, these are priced at $35. So this has just over 300 pieces, which means it's a little bit above the 10 cent per piece that I consider to be a good value. Of course, I still think these are more expensive than they should be. The books that came out in 2021 and 22 had a few more pieces than this and were maybe a little bit wider. They felt a little more substantial for builds. This is a very narrow build when you look at it. So, it's really only about a brick, maybe 2 bricks wide. Whereas the books are probably more like 6 bricks wide, something like that. So the books felt a little more substantial, and those were at a $30 price point. So I would have loved to have seen these banners at maybe a $25 price point. But regardless, you are paying for Harry Potter, and Legos are getting more expensive with it, along with everything else these days. Overall, as I said, a great Harry Potter set. I think this is going to go really well as a display piece with your Harry Potter collection. And I think they are cleverly done. So I hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this house banner. I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to see more LEGO reviews. I've left a link to my Harry Potter review playlist up here on the screen.